My morning so far. My girlfriend waking me up at 5, take me to BART. I take her to BART. Come back to my house, and then I remember, dude, I need to get those rides knocked out, and it's rush hour right now. This would be a good time to go over to the city and do a bunch of Uber pool rides. So I thought, I'll go to the city. Now, as I'm going to the city, there's Fast Track, all right? Fast Track is how you pay to cross the bridge, and I'm in this Enterprise rental car, which doesn't have Fast Track. So my option is to just drive through the Fast Track, which costs $6. And if I drive through the Fast Track, Enterprise is gonna charge me maybe like $10 or something. Or I can wait in the cash lane. The cash lane takes forever. If you drive through Fast Track, you may get to the city in like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. If you take the cash lane, you're looking at 45 minutes to an hour. So I said to myself, dude, I'm just gonna blow through the Fast Track and take the $10 bill. So now I'm in the city now. Just cut the app on. There's no surge, but I don't really care about surge. I'm trying to knock out a number of rides. So hopefully I can do a handful of Uber pools this morning before 10 a.m. Right now it's 10:15 and I am accepting a request right now. Look at this. This one is less than a block away, but it gets started. Just dropped off the first ride, and I haven't been driving Uber for a couple months. So a lot has changed since I haven't been driving. One thing that has changed a lot is the pay. So I just drove someone from like the marina to Soma, which is a pretty decent distance. This was an Uber X fare, no surge. And the total trip was 17 minutes. The payout was $5.81. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is driving for Uber is simply not worth it unless you're getting some sort of bonus or you're getting some hourly incentive, or if they're paying you like $5 for every one ride that you pick up, then it would be worth it. But at fares this low, like $5.81 for like roughly a 20-minute ride, let's times that by 3. Let's say I did 3 of those. So we're looking at what, like 16 bucks, 17 bucks for an hour of work, not including any expenses, by the way. I'm just parked waiting in Soma, waiting for a request because it's dead this morning. There's like no action going on. I really wish I would have just stayed in bed, or just really wish I would have just hung out in Oakland a little bit longer today, because there is a lot more action over in Oakland in the mornings, because what happens is a lot of people live in Oakland and they commute to the city, so they need a ride from their house to get to the BART station. So there's a bunch of little short rides. The main reason why I don't really like driving in the East Bay is, number one, I don't really know the area that much, and number two, man, it's like dangerous over there, dude. Like every day I see car accidents in the East Bay, like every single day. And the thing is, I don't really drive around in the East Bay much. Like I usually ride a bike from BART to my house, ride a bike from my house to the grocery store, you know, or drive from here from my house to the gas station, drive from my house to the grocery store. But usually, like, I don't just typically drive around Oakland, and I still see car accidents like all the time. So that just makes me think, like, if I see car accidents somewhere all the time, maybe that's a good chance that I would get into an accident over there. I have noticed that there's a lot more surge pricing in the mornings in Oakland. I haven't seen any surge pricing in the city this morning, like none. No Uber pools this morning. I just did my second Uber X ride. That ride was really short, no surge, and it was only like $4. So I'm really crossing my fingers I can get some pool rides, because with the pool rides, you just knock out more rides, you know, and that's really what I need right now. Forget about, you know, $4, $10, $5. I just need the 120 rides. Finally, just accepted a Uber pool request that's surging. So hopefully it will link me up with someone else who needs Uber pool. So that way I could start pulling people. Another thing I'm starting to notice in the city is tourists. Because of spring break, a lot of people come to the city around this time of year to like check out colleges and stuff like that for kids. And I've noticed a lot more out-of-town license plates, like a lot of Oregon license plates. They're the worst, dude, because they'll just stop in the middle of the street, take their camera out, take a photo, block traffic. Just dropped that Uber pool off. And, dude, when I mean the fares are low, I mean the fares are really low. The first Uber pool was 1.2 surge. The second Uber pool was no surge. I only got a chance to glimpse at one ride. It was, what, $1? The good thing is now more requests are coming in. So I didn't even have a chance to look and see how much I made on that last Uber pool. I know that one of those rides, I believe the one that was not surging, was only $1.75, and I literally drove about 2 to 3 miles. Just finished another Uber pool trip. It was 2 pickups. This one was, the first one was like, what, $5.94. The second one was $1.58. Just dropped off another Uber pool. This was just one person by themselves. I didn't pick up multiple people. And the payout is $7.54. Now that's really low because it was a 20-minute ride. So just do the math. That's really, really low. Driving Uber is like not worth it, guys. It is seriously not worth it unless you have some sort of guarantee that's an actual guarantee, not with like a whole bunch of like stipulations in the bottom. Or if you just get really lucky and you get like a 5x surge ride and someone wants to go really far away, which is very, very unlikely, by the way. Uber is taking over. I just showed up to my falafel spot. It usually opens at like 10. And right now it is 10:55. They're not open. And the guy told me, he was like, on Thursdays, we're going to open later because Thursdays is Uber Eats day. So when I go to the Uber Eats app, yeah, the food from my falafel spot is for sale in the Uber Eats app. So what I'm starting to think is, could possibly someday Uber like literally owns little restaurants like this? And like I literally can't go to the restaurant. I have to order the food through Uber. Is that where this whole Uber Eats thing is going now? Like, cause that's kind of trippy. Like, I like show up and I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm about to eat, and he's like, no, you don't have to order it from the Uber Eats app. And I'm like, really? Uber Eats? But this is the spot where the food is made and this is where it comes from. Now I gotta like order it from Uber? They're getting too big, bro. 2 things are about to happen right now. I'm gonna go into Whole Foods, withdraw cash, and I'm also gonna order food from Uber Eats and have it delivered to Whole Foods. That way I can sit here in the parking garage and eat. Other day I was in this same Whole Foods parking lot and I noticed an Uber driver just sitting in his car, just chilling, like watching a movie. And I thought to myself, that's actually a really good idea because in the daytime around here, it gets really bright. So a nice dark garage where you can sit back and chill, watch a movie, surf the web is kind of ideal. I've totally been offline for a little bit. Had a lot of fun. I went to this caviar event where they met at Dolores Park and gave out free ice cream. That was pretty cool. Now I am sitting in traffic. Traffic is nuts right now. Just finished an Uber X ride. It was 2.2 surge and it was over $30. Nice. Right now, I'm about to pick up another 2.2 surge and this is a Uber X ride. I'm stuck in heavy traffic. There's about 8 cars ahead of me and then I can make a right and my client will be about half a block down. And when I make that right, it shouldn't be any traffic. I just finished one really long ride. So I picked up a couple. It wasn't a couple, it was a couple and it was another guy. I dropped the first guy off and then I had to, continue driving the couple. We drove around San Francisco for an hour and 6 minutes for what, $18.27. That was a no surge ride. Man, those people took me all over the place. When I first picked up this trio, The guy in the front seat told me, hey, you're gonna drop me off first, then you're gonna drop them two off. But before you drop them off, you have to go by CVS for them to pick something up. We went by not one, not two, but 3 CVS. After that, they asked me where was a marijuana dispensary. And I, just pretty much told them they're everywhere. So I took them to one. Then from there, we went to another store, like a convenience store. The wife jumped out, grabbed something, came back to the car, and then I finally dropped them off. So that was one really, really long ride. And now I am about to head off, go back to Oakland, finish my night. I finished today at 1:44:42, and I've been online for 7 hours and 9 minutes, and I've completed 19 trips.